Alright. Um, yep, don't mind me. This is a bit of a different setup. I'm literally in the parking lot right now recording this because I just got done watching the new Superman film. And after watching this new Superman film, I like it. It's really good. Normally I would be at home right now in my desk, as you can see, but I decided I'm gonna let it rip and see how this new little format works. So, yeah, Superman 2025 film. Um, this was a film that has been caked in a little bit of some divisiveness and some controversy as of late. And at the same time, I went into this film with like really an open mind because going into the trailers, going into the teasers, and all this stuff coming out regarding like Superman and the negative reception, the positive reception, and such. I went into it thinking that like, what's the big deal? What's the big hubbub? It's a Superman film, right? And if it's under James Gunn, who is known for giving us the Guardians trilogy, there's no reason the film's gonna fail, right? And I can honestly tell you, I don't know where all these haters came from. I have no idea where all of these rumors were being spread about. Like, oh, you like this film? You're good. That we can't associate you anymore if you. And again, a lot of crazy shit. Basically, if you like this film, you're an idiot for thinking so. And it's like, what the fuck? Like this to me, in a nutshell, is a good film. I think it's a great film. It's not a perfect film by any means, but simultaneously, it's definitely a film that I would 100% recommend to any of my friends who are huge superhero nerds. Anyone who loves and appreciates Superman will definitely look into buying as well. And um, I think if anything, I guess I'll go into like the things that I like about the film because, like I said, this is a brand new little format, and I'm just gonna upload it as it is and see how it is. So, the things I like about the film, first and foremost, is the action, the choreography, the CGI in this film is so goddamn gorgeous for starters. Like just to get the little nitpicks out of the way, it's so good. It's absolutely freaking amazing. I honestly don't know how James Gunn and the crew did it, but I I truly say this with wholeheartedly, is that after I finished this film and walked out of the theater, I did something that I also haven't done in a really long time, which is sitting through the post-credit scenes. Because normally nowadays, with a lot of the recent superhero films that came out that have post-credit scenes, I typically, unfortunately, don't sit through the very end. But this film led me so impressed that I was like, you know what? I'm gonna let raw dog and just sit through the rest of this film and check out the post-credit scene. And it's super subtle, no bars, no bullshit. It gives you everything you need to know and sets the stage up for a next maybe a becoming Superman film. And this has already been spoiled already, but a potential Supergirl spinoff, which I am 100% going to be looking forward to now. If this is the quality of DC films, and even to an extent the Superman films are going to go to going forward. And that's pretty much my little rant about the post-credit scenes and the CGI and such. Um, yeah, everything about this film, it's definitely different. It's definitely not trying to replicate past Superman films. It's not trying to be like Man of Steel, which everyone has known for. But definitely the one reason I decided to watch this film was not because of all the negative press and my intuition towards the teasers, but I was looking forward to Lex Luthor's performance. Because if you remember back in 2016, infamously that year, we had Batman versus Superman. And Lex Luthor, let's say that in that movie, that version of Lex Luthor was not played super well, to say the least. And I was like, man, are we ever going to get a good, proper Lex Luthor at this point? It seemed like all hope was lost. Until this film. And I gotta say, holy shit, the person that plays Lex Luthor in this film, he really put his all into this. I really think that he put all the stops into this film, and I think that what his performance as Lex Luthor in this film was so good, and it really encapsulates everything that makes Lex Luthor the character and the villain that he's known for, which is he is someone who hates Superman. He dislikes Superman to the point that no matter how many times if he's like suffering like he's dying or something, he refuses Superman's help whatsoever. And his ideology is that Lex Luthor believes that humans are capable of like saving people and and such, and they can basically do things by themselves and not have to rely on another entity, another being to save help. And he believes that Superman is basically the how would I describe it? The symbol that kind of takes away that whole concept, like, oh, we're now relying on one man to solve all of humanity's problems, when it should be us, it should be humanity itself that should be solving all the world's problems. And the film really dives into that so well, to the point that, like, the plot twist of, like, the big bad villain that you first see in the beginning of this film, there's like a really crazy twist in the end where, like, in a way it kind of feels like a little bit out of nowhere, a little cliche, and some may say, okay, this is like a little, like, one-dimensional in a way, but I think it was executed really well. I think that the twist that Superman was fighting at this whole time, not just Lex Luthor, but the villains that you saw even in the trailers were like, I think it was executed really well, and pretty much in a way where it gets people, like, talking about it in such a memorable and iconic way. And as far as I'm concerned, the new heroes in this film, because there are tons of little heroes sprinkled into this film, which I don't want to get into spoilers on some of the heroes in case anyone hasn't watched this film yet, but the little mini heroes that kind of help Superman throughout this film are so goddamn refreshing. And I'm gonna get through like a few of them more out of the way. The actor who plays Green Lantern and Hawkeye, or Hawkgirl, I believe, sorry about that if I blundered names right, but the actors who play those two superheroes in this film does such an amazing job of, like, making it so reinvigorating and revitalized for the modern day superhero films. And I don't say that lightly. And overall, I mean, I love I think that the performance with Krypto has also given a big shout out to, because I thought it was really good. I thought it was really entertaining. So overall, I like this film. I really do like this film a lot. I think, like I said, when you watch this Superman film, yes, you're going to have like a lot of expectations going into this, but I don't think that's going to deviate away from it being like a terrible, terrible film. And at the end of the day, there are obviously going to be like better, more superior Superman films to have come out. And again, there are some people who have rewatched like films like The Man of Steel from 2013, and some have now appreciated that film when it first came out, which is understandable, right? Or even like the OG Superman films from the 70s that really made Superman a household name. That's understandable. I think that this film is really good for the modern day superhero films in the era where currently we're in a big fucking slump of really horrible, really shitty superhero films. I think that this film hits the mark, in my opinion. And this was a film that, to me, gives me a lot of hope for the bright future that DC has up ahead, because, like I said, if you know, prior to this film coming out, DC has had a pretty bad track record, some pretty horrible films in their DC universe, and they're just wasted potential. The last superhero film I watched from the DC universe was actually the second Shazam movie, and that movie was fucking dog shit. I'm gonna say it right now. It is absolutely terrible. And the films that came past that point have not even reached the heights of what it means to be a good superhero film. And of course, yes, I did watch the newer Batman film that came out, I believe, in 2021, 2022. It's been a while. It's been a spotty, but that film also was really good and was well received. And to me, I feel like with this Superman film, it really puts a stamp of like, man, I think this is really the turning point for DC to finally get their shit together and actually make good superhero films like it is with Marvel. Because right now Marvel's in a bit of a mixed bag at the moment. But we're not talking about Marvel today. We're talking about DC. And yeah, overall, if I had to just do a quick little speed run of like, is Superman worth watching? Yeah, 100%. It is a must watch for anyone that loves Superman, who loves superhero films alike, who loves comic books. I absolutely would 100% go for this film. Not going to give it a score because, again, I'm just recording this in a car. And, again, wanted to try something new and give my thoughts and talk about the new Superman film. And yeah, I'm going to go ahead and just enjoy the rest of my day. And I hope that you all enjoy the rest of your day too. I'll see you on the next video. This time, maybe the next one will be in my room this time. But yeah, I'll see you on the next one. Later.